Morning. Always good to have you on the show. You have created a lot of wealth for your shareholders. I remember I was talking to you last week, and I was asking you, how, what justifies this kind of rally, and you're telling me that this is just the beginning of move to financial assets, and it has a long way to go. What kind of numbers do you think companies like yours can generate over the next 5 or 6 years if this phase continues?
So if you see, in India currently there are, broadly two large parts of the activity in financial services. One is credit, which I think will continue to grow at about 13 to 14% at a system level. Obviously, the bank credit is growing at only 8% or so, but the total credit should grow at 13 to 14% a year, which should allow NBFCs to grow at least somewhere between 15 to 20% per year. So I think for the next 8-10 years, we do believe that credit growth of around 15 to 20% for NBFCs is possible. Along with that, there are also what we call the other business, the franchise businesses, which is asset management, wealth management, capital markets, which a few NBFCs have and few don't have. But the NBFCs that also have this are also now able to capitalize on the larger, trend which is there, which is household balance sheets are growing, households are investing more and more in financial assets. And as interest rates are coming down, they are moving away from bank deposits into mutual funds, insurance, asset management products and things like that. So I think there's big trends on both credit, which is growing at between, at least about 15-20%, and the non-credit franchise businesses, which according to us are growing at 25 to 30% a year now.
Rashesh, hi, good morning. I wanted to flesh out that theme a bit more, the theme of wealth management, because, you're one of the top 5 wealth managers in the country. And if you go by your recent track record, your AUMs in wealth management have doubled in FY17 to almost 60,000 crores. What kind of growth do you see purely for the wealth management business over the next 2 to 3 years?
See, if you see the households' assets, especially HNI, UHNI, mass affluent segment, the assets are growing at about 15 to 20% a year because, affluence is going up. People are able to save. Indians have a lot of household savings. Earlier, a lot of these savings automatically went into bank deposit or real estate, which is now starting to change because interest rates have come down. Even real estate is no longer a very automatic, attractive asset class. So I think now a lot of high net worth, mass affluent individuals, households are wanting advice on where to invest in mutual funds, in insurance, in bond markets and others. So affluence is going up, but the options on how to allocate your portfolio is also going up. And a lot of erstwhile individuals who are managing their own portfolio, making investments on their own, are increasingly moving towards having an advisor, having a wealth manager, having a relationship manager who helps you structure your portfolio, allocate your assets, review them, see how the performance is, but also help you on other things like, writing a will, estate planning, inheritance management. So all this is starting to happen with affluence. We should remember that we are now almost a $2.5 trillion GDP and household savings every year are close to $600 billion. This is what the size of the GDP was about 10-12 years ago. So household savings is a very large part which now has to be invested and managed.
Okay. The other business which has done really well for you, Rashesh, is Edelweiss, or is ARC. Yeah. The Edelweiss ARC business has done well for you. What kind of pickup are you seeing in that particular space? And, you recently sold some stake to CDPQ. Are you planning to monetize some more here? Okay, we lost the link, but just pull out the chart of Edelweiss. I think 1.5 years back it was some 40 or 50 bucks, and from that point on it's been a relentless rally, been a 5 bagger, so 204 now on Edelweiss, IFL as well. Rashesh, sorry we lost that link. I was asking you, ARC has done well for you. I think if you could tell us what kind of profit it's generating now, and whether you have planned to divest some more stake. You recently did 20% divestment here.
Yeah, we are currently fairly well capitalized on the ARC. The ARC now has almost 800 crores of equity, and we are expecting that this is a business that can generate about 25% kind of ROE on a steady state basis. You should understand that an ARC is a specialized form of NBFC. It focuses on one part of credit, which is distressed credit, where you help acquire, aggregate the loans from the banks, and then you restructure them, you provide additional capital, but you also work with the management, either the old ones or the new management, in making that credit viable again, to basically fix the company's balance sheets, to help them fix their operations. But it is essentially a credit business. So I think on 800 crores equity, we do expect that this is a 20 to 25% ROE kind of a business.
Okay, well, just stay on, Rashesh. Will come